What's good, people? Let's get this countdown out the way. Shout out to everybody on the live stream. We're back. Welcome to the channel where we talk about music licensing, music business, and music production. If you love any of the previously mentioned, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you know when I'm live, when I'm posting videos and all that type of dope stuff. So yeah, man, as you guys are coming in, let me know where you're from and let me know what you do. And we're going to see who we have in here, and then we're going to hop into some questions. Let's see, we got John Tyndall Sr. in here. What's good, man? From South Carolina, the dirty South. That's what's up. I've been to South Carolina. It's pretty nice. Where did we go? We went to Charleston. It was pretty cool, man. We had a good time. Shout out to Stone Cage in Denver. Thanks, bro, for coming through. Good to see you again. Both you guys, I remember you guys from the previous streams. So super dope, man. For the new people joining, just let me know where you're from and what you do, and then we'll get this joint popping. Yeah, so I just had some coffee. So if I'm talking super duper fast, it's because I'm amped up on caffeine right now. Usually I have my coffee like earlier in the day. But this is what happened. We ran out of creamer, and my wife, had her cup of coffee. And then when I, went to go get the creamer, it was like a drop in there. So your homeboy didn't get any coffee this morning around 7:30, and my son woke up again in the middle of the night. So yeah, everybody in the house sleepy. So I had to go get some coffee, man. I ran to Dunkin' Donuts and was just like, yo, we need this caffeine, because I was dragging. Kenneth Johnson, what's good? This is Kenneth from ATL. We spoke before about BMI and the search for my name, but there are about 7 Kenneth Johnsons. What else can I do so I can get started on my syncs? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that, because we looked up the little repertoire thing on the website. So if there's 7 Kenneth Johnsons, you should be able to click on each profile. You have a middle name. If you have a middle name, click through all of the Kenneth Johnsons and see if the one that has your middle name is on there. Because that does happen a lot. A lot of people have the same first name and last name, but that middle name is kind of what separates us, especially if you have one like mine, which is very, very different. Makes it easier to distinguish between everyone. So did you click on each one and see if there's a middle name? That would be my next step. And then shoot, if that doesn't work, I do, and they didn't have any more info other than the number. Okay. So yeah, man, do they have a contact number on that joint? Somebody, an email, support email from BMI. Did you get a confirmation email when you first signed up? Something. Give us something, BMI. What's up, Ben? Good to see you. John Tyndall said, need that coffee, bro. That is a fact. Gotta have it. The crazy thing, I was never a big coffee drinker, right? I just never needed it. During my college career, I maybe had 1 or 2 cups of coffee, all 5 years of college. I didn't need it. I did drink energy drinks though. Those were my joints. And then I chilled out on those. And then, after college, I was just I never liked the taste of it, or anything like that. And then, I started drinking caramel frappuccinos. And then those were good. I was just like, this is kind of good. So then that kind of transitioned into, some other coffee beverages. And then we had our son, and I just went all in. I was just like, there's no way I'm functioning without some type of caffeine. So I started drinking hot coffee, frozen coffee, coffee with, I just been ODing on coffee. So it's been a lifesaver. Let's see. Made another hit from Atlanta, but I live in Philly. That's what's up. I heard some dope music comes out of Philly too. A lot of good talent. Teller Reacts TV. Good morning. How are you? Kenneth Johnson didn't get anything. No confirmation. Jeez, BMI. Like, what's the problem, man? What is the problem? Yeah, like honestly, outside of that, you know what? Let me see, dude. I may have a. It's been years. I can't guarantee it, but because people be like in and out and in and out. All right. What's the best way for me to do this? If you follow me on Instagram at ClintMusic, send me a DM with your name and then remind me of the BMI situation, because my DMs get real crazy sometimes. So remind me of this situation. I'm gonna DM you this lady over at BMI to at least give you a direct contact, and maybe she can point you in the right direction to get that situated. Because I mean, it's like you're one of their writers. Like, it shouldn't be this hard to get in touch with somebody. But I know how it is, because I used to be with BMI. Yeah. So hopefully that'll help. All right. Who else we got in here? Shout out to everybody just joining. Let me know where you're from and what you do. I was just like, what happened to my music? Y'all can hear it. I can't hear it because I turned it down on my side. Made another hit. The question is, do you have tips on releasing your first music on streaming services? I want to release instrumentals. I do it. Like, the only tip I really have is just just do it. Like, I use DistroKid. They make it super simple, especially if you're doing instrumentals and releasing a lot. You just pay like a one-time fee per year, and you can upload an unlimited amount of music. So this episode is sponsored by DistroKid. If you want to save 7%, just go to distrokid.com/VIP/ClintMusic, and that's my VIP link. It'll get you a discount when you sign up. But yeah, like, just do it, man. Like, and just start putting music out there consistently, and yeah, and just hopefully things kind of grow from there. Everything is pretty self-explanatory. Like, as you go through the steps, they let you know what kind of file types they need, artwork, what kind of like artwork you need to upload, and all of that stuff, man. So yeah, just go for it. Drama, good morning. What's good? Messiah Beats, what's up? Oh, okay. Biggest thing I'm concerned about is my tracks being mixed and mastered before I release them. So yeah, just if they're not mixed and mastered, I would definitely try and get them mixed and mastered. If you have to outsource or something, or you can use Fiverr. Like, people be on Fiverr and stuff like that, like mixing services. Or if you do it yourself, try and do it the best of your ability. The biggest thing, like, I feel like a lot of people, they get caught up and like never release anything because, obviously as creators, like, we want things to be perfect. A lot of us are perfectionists. But sometimes you have to make that first step and just and put it out there. Like, as is, or to the best of your, like, mix it to the best of your ability. If you can't get somebody to mix it, and then just start putting it out, man, getting that feedback. And it's probably not as bad as you think. And then just continue to grow and improve from there. But don't wait for perfection to start releasing your stuff, So that'll be a tip that I would give. John says, who are you with now as far as BMI? I'm with CSAC. I'm no longer with BMI. So I'm with CSAC. They collect my performance royalties for me. Producer from Atlanta, that's what's up. We got Utah, artist, producer, dope. Conquest Music from Chicago, what's up? Calvin Mark Smith, what's up, bro? Good to see you again. Fitchburg, what was that, Mass? An independent producer working on a few projects, dope. Conquest is a producer. Teller Reacts TV. I'm good, no coffee, but I do have tea on deck. That's what's up, man. My wife, she drinks tea too. She has all like these fancy tea glasses and whatnot. It's like a filter thing. I don't know what it is. It's like, it's glass, and it's, you got the regular glass, but then you got like this filter glass that goes inside that. Then it has like a cap or something fancy. I don't know what she be doing with that, but that's what's up. We got a question from Messiah. It says, do you feel as a musician, is NFTs the beginning of something good or bad in the music industry? NFTs in the music industry, I think since it's fairly new, I definitely think it can be a good thing. I think everything can be a good thing or a bad thing, just depending on the hands of, whoever's creating this stuff. But I feel like to really benefit from NFTs, like I feel like you'll have to have some type of strategy. I feel like there has to be some type of value connected to the person releasing the NFT, because like if nobody knows you, like what's the value of an NFT that nobody, like, from someone who nobody knows, right? Versus like if Dr. Dre created an NFT of like all this unreleased, unheard music, like people gonna bid on that joint because it's Dr. Dre. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something that a lot of people around the world would be interested in because of who Dr. Dre is and his legacy. So I feel like those are the type of NFTs that would have the most value and impact on someone. But I think it's a creative way too to around strategy to just kind of, I don't know, like give something special and dope to your community. Because like if you build a fan base or you build a following and they rock with you and like everything you do, I think it's especially like if you find a way to kind of gamify it or something like that, I think it's pretty cool. So I'm interested to see how it all progresses in regards to the music industry and where it goes, and it should be interesting. So yeah, that's a good question. What's good, Durf Boy, producer from Alabama, Roll Tide, that's what's up. For Foreplay Entertainment says, is it good to start a publishing company before submitting beats to music libraries? I'm already signed to Song Trust. I want to know what's the best way. Okay, so not necessarily. Like, so when you start submitting to music libraries, they're publishers. So what's going to happen is you're going to sign, most cases, a 50-50 deal. They're going to take the publisher share of royalties. You're going to take the writer share of royalties. You'll probably split any upfront sync fees 50-50. and they're going to register the works on your behalf as a publisher. So your publishing company won't have any use in that situation. It's more importantly to have your writer's information registered with BMI, CSAC, ASCAP, whichever one you're with, or if you're in another country, whatever performing rights organization you're with. You don't have to go out and start publishing company, to start submitting to music libraries. You can go ahead and start doing that. It's good that you're signed up with Song Trust, but again, since you're signing like a publishing deal, essentially licensing deal with the music libraries, there won't be a whole lot Song Trust will do, just because the libraries are the ones that are supposed to be collecting everything for you. But you can always reach out to Song Trust, ask them, hey, just signed a licensing deal. What's the best way to go about it? Should I register these songs with you guys? Or is that just something, the music library has to handle on their end? Just to be sure. Because, every situation can be different. So the best way, if you're trying to get started with libraries, don't worry about starting a publishing company. Submit to the libraries, let the libraries act as the publisher, and then just ask Song Trust about that situation as far as collection and registering songs that you submit to libraries with Song Trust. Appreciate you coming through. John Tyndall says, do you use Sonar Works? No, I don't. What is Sonar Works? I'm about to look it up. Like, I be learning about like some interesting things here on these lives. So, but this is interesting. Okay, so Sound ID reference software calibrates your speakers and studio headphones so you can trust that every mix will translate. That's interesting. No, I've never used it. Shout out to Team CSAC. Calvin says he's with CSAC as well. Shout out to all the new people coming in, man. As you guys are coming in, let me know where you're from and what you do. I'm answering questions. I'm here. We're here for about an hour. We're just chopping it up, hanging out. Yeah, that's super interesting though. Walter Bowie, music producer, composer from Columbus, Ohio. OHIO. Shout out to the Buckeyes. Noisy Neighbors, what's good, Clint? Let's see, here St. Louis. To ask, who should we submit music to be placed in TV and film? The easiest way to get started in TV and film, music libraries. Google search music libraries, music licensing companies. It's the best way, the easiest way to get started. They already have the connections and they need your music. So that's the easiest way. If you want a free guide on how to get started, visit this link shown at the bottom of the screen, clintproductions.com/link in bio, and grab that free 6-step guide so you can see what those steps look like, and start working on getting your music submitted to TV and film. Joseph England Jr., what's up? Joseph's from Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm good, man. Yeah, the Zoom call was dope, man. Good seeing you guys and chopping it up with y'all. I did for everybody who's like, what in the world is this dude talking about? I did a Zoom call on a small community of people who are working to get their music placed in TV and film. Super dope people, super dope questions, and we just hung out for a few minutes yesterday on a Zoom call and just chopped it up about licensing and stuff I did to get started. So yeah, man, super dope to chop it up with y'all, and appreciate you coming through. Noisy Neighbors says, what are NFTs? What is it? Non-fungible token or something like that? Google it. Google is probably going to explain it a lot better than I will. Because even in explaining it, you'll like still be confused. But yeah, it's literally something like you can turn anything into an NFT pretty much. But yeah, it's just like different steps and levels and then sites where you can create an NFT and all this stuff. So yeah, just like Google it, YouTube, and then binge on the information because there's a bunch of it. Telereact said it's called steeping. She's kind of fancy with it. Yeah, man, I don't know nothing about no steeping. I heard my mom was they were chopping it up about it. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. Kim James, what's good? I told my cousin Tiny Tavares to check out your channel. I'm working on a production with him now. Dope. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. And yeah, man, tell them come through. We here. Yeah, I got a bunch of content on here, man. Videos, tutorials, all types of stuff, man. M. Edwards, what's up? Question is, what advice would you give for a musician doing non-mainstream music, for example, underground music or experimental stuff? Find out where people who listen to that kind of music or need that kind of music, find out where they hang out, or find out where that music is used. Where do you hear that music a lot on? Is it streaming a lot on Spotify, on YouTube? Just really start to dig and like do research and see where it fits best, and then just like make a bunch of it, man, and just crush it, start releasing it, create a playlist around it, and then reach out to, you may be able to find music libraries who like need the kind of music that you make, or they may not have a lot of it. And this is another way you can kind of get in. Like if you find a library that doesn't have a lot of what you make, you can approach them and be like, I notice you're kind of lacking in this category. I specialize in this, and would love to produce a production album or something, with just focusing on this style of music, and then kind of present that album to them. That's another way to kind of get in it if that's something that they need or that they're looking for. So yeah, man, like I don't know, I feel like there's a space for everything. It's just a matter of finding out where that space is. So yeah, man. Nazi, what's good? The question is, your course says you mostly do exclusive contracts for TV and film. Does that mean you no longer have ownership of sound recording and copyright? That depends on the contract. For the most part, no, it does not mean I don't have ownership of the sound recording and copyright. In most cases, I retain ownership of the sound recording and the sound recording and the composition and or lyrics, just depending on if it's a song or instrumental. So yeah, but there are some companies where it's an exclusive contract and you're actually signing over the copyright. So some of them will want the copyright. So just read your contracts and know, like, I'm not saying it's like the worst thing in the world, depending on because like I said, like I did some 60-second tracks. I can make another 60-second track. Like I'm not really tripping on that, and I still get residual royalties for as long as it's getting played. But I did that because I knew that the placements were going to be solid placements on a show that plays a lot over and over and over again. So it wasn't a big deal, but I'm not going to put everything and sign everything off. Still want to own some stuff. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Depends on the agreement. Read the agreement and just know what you're getting into before you make a decision. What's up, Immaculate? Welcome back. Betsy from Boston, composer, producer. Appreciate your YouTube broadcast a lot. Thank you. I appreciate you coming through. Question: is music licensing slow right now, or is it just me? Is the market saturated because we're all home composing? That's a loaded question. So it's picking up. It's a lot more going on than last year. Last year obviously slowed down dramatically. I feel like, I don't know, like I haven't seen as many briefs, but then I feel like it's a combination of things slow down and then they pick back up like a lot, and then like companies are like slammed and backed up. So I think it's like a little combination of both, but I don't think it's saturated. It's plenty of work out there. I just read an article. Dang, did I take I think I took a screenshot of it. Let me see if I have it. Okay, here it is. It was on Variety. It says Amazon spent 11 billion on Prime Video and music content in 2020, which is a 41% increase. So they spent 11 billion on TV series, movies, and music for its Prime services last year. So that just goes to show you, like they're spending bread on creating more content, and all those shows and movies and original series and all that stuff. It all needs music. So I think it's gonna be plenty of work for us as composers. We just got to keep hacking away and just making sure we're building good relationships with good libraries and publishers and supervisors and all that stuff. So yeah, great questions. Noodle Hopper, what's good? Hopping Noodles. Can having a social media presence help you get more music licensed? Should people make a separate business page site? So this is really good because it's like a yes and a no. All right, so let's break it down. So on one side, we have no, you don't need a social media presence. No one has to know who you are. I was about to say, it was about to be weird what I was about to say, but no one has to know who you are in order to get started in music licensing. Like, you can just not exist on social media and you'll be fine. Because again, it's just a matter of submitting to the right people and the right companies and having good music. They don't care, like as a composer or producer, they don't care what your social media presence looks like. It's not that important in the bigger scheme of things. Like, does the music work for the scene? Period. So in that regard, no, you don't need a social media presence. Now, if you're an artist, an indie artist, I believe it will definitely help if you have a social media presence and you actually look like an artist, because a lot of music supervisors that tell you, like, they love discovering like dope new like indie talent that they can help and put money in their pockets and expose them. But you got to have like your stuff together and look like you're taking your art serious, right? Like, you just can't be out here just being random and, like, you know what I'm saying, just, I don't know. But if they see that you're serious about your craft, you're serious about your brand, they'll want to help you out. And it makes it easier because when they share your music, and when your music gets placed, people have somewhere to go to like check out more of your music or learn more about you as an artist or a band or whatever. And all of that stuff helps, and it works together, especially in the larger scheme of, you know, your marketing strategy. So I think licensing can be a great way to work with what you're already building as a brand. And if you're building a brand, you should have social media presence. Absolutely. Now I'm a composer. I'm not like an artist or anything, but I have a social media presence, obviously, as I'm on YouTube live, but I have a presence, and I will say it has brought opportunities to me in regards to licensing, just being able to connect with different people or people learning about me through my social media. I've signed licensing deals through that and met some really dope people. So yeah, it can help. I don't think it's necessary, but it can definitely help, and it doesn't hurt. So I'll say just, you know, figure out what lane you want to be in, what you're trying to do. If you want to build a brand, I recommend anybody to build a brand, because that it can just really it can just be dope and like allow you to build something bigger than just your music. So yeah, that's the multi-part answer to that question. Shout out to Noodle Hopper. Thanks for coming through, and thanks for asking a dope question. Calvin says, so I'm my own publishing company and writer with CSAC. I get 100% royalties. Just going through my catalog to update some older material for sync. That's what's up. Messiah says, so should we sign up for the MLC with starting with libraries? Yeah, I would sign up, or at least see like if you're owed something. Yeah, shoot, see what's good. Don't leave anything on the table. How do you do your mastering? So I have like it's super basic. You know what? Let me see. I'm gonna do let me open up a session and I'll show y'all. It's really simple. Like it's not complicated. And then a mastering engineer probably look at this joint and be like, you don't know what you're doing. But it sounds good. So yeah, while I'm waiting for this to open, see if we have any other questions. I'm with BMI. Do you have to have work already in motion in order to be signed with CSAC? Yes. Yeah. So CSAC pretty much it's invite only, and really to like get invited, like you have to have, it's on their website too, but like you have to have like a manager or attorney or agent or somebody reach out to them on your behalf to be affiliated, and that's even if they're accepting new writers or publishers and things like that. All right. All right, y'all. So this is all I have on my master track. This is how I do master. So I have the whole session, produce everything in here, and on my mastering track, I have Slate Digital, the tape machine. Gives it just adds warmth to it. It just sounds great, especially on the low ends, and it just really beefs things up. And then I have master compressor on there, VG Red, and I use the glue preset, which pretty much does what I need to do. It glues everything together, makes it sound nice and solid. And then the final touch is Slate Digital FGX. And this is where the volume and everything is boosted. And then I can adjust these little transient things here. And pretty much what I use these for is like I want the final version to sound exactly how it sounds when the when the volume is all the way up, when it's mastered. So I want the mastered version to sound how the unmastered version sound, as far as how the drums hit and just different things, different transients. So that's what these are for. It helps you do that. So if you notice, it's not as punchy on the low end. Once you master it, then you can adjust this and you can turn it on and off and get it to match kind of how it was before you did the mastering. And then here, you got your gain. You can add whatever gain you have left. And then I just make sure, usually once I set this to 0, I have it set on one of these. I don't know if it's on one of these, but pretty much it peaks at like negative 0.1 dB. And that's it. That's all I have on my master chain. It's super simple. Like I don't use a boatload of stuff. Again, I'm all about working efficiently and effectively to get the job done. And that's it. All right, let's see. Shout out to everybody coming in. Swelthy, what's good, bro? Shout out to the homie Swelthy. How's everything? Absolutely noisy neighbors. Mr. Show Nuff, what's good? The question is, what is the best format to have credits and experience to attract more music supervisors? Website, digital resume. You can have a website. I don't think it's necessary though. Like honestly, they really don't care they don't really care about the resume. Like is the music dope? You know what I'm saying? Have a clean playlist. I use disco.ac. But I've submitted stuff using, box.com, just a folder of music, and then, like a spreadsheet of metadata. Being organized, like having the splits, having contact information, like those things attract music supervisors. Like when you have those things in order and prepared, and that's what I teach people in my like Road to 10 Placements course, is like how to prepare and pitch things and have things ready and what to look out for, so that if you are interacting with a music supervisor or a music library, they'll know that you're not like just a producer who's just now getting started in this, and like you kind of know somewhat what you're doing and what they need to make their lives easier. So having those things, I think, are more important than necessarily a resume. Is again, it's just like when I started reaching out to music libraries after my first initial placement, I only had one placement. I mean, you may be able to mention a few shows that you worked on just to, open up some other doors, or find some common ground or something like that. But it's not, not necessarily the credits that matter the most. It's just, presentation and approach. What do you think of music sync libraries like Music Gateway and That Pitch? I do not know. I haven't used them. I'm gonna write them down though. Like I'm gonna start doing case studies on these companies that everybody asks me about. I get a lot of questions about Song Trader too. So maybe I'll do like a case study and like take y'all on a journey with me or something. Cause I don't know, like I never used some of these companies, or it was like my first time hearing about them. But like between just, you know, people I know that are in licensing, everybody's either, you know, just with the libraries that they've been working with, or you know, just like some direct relationships or whatever. So I had to check them out. Noodle Hopper says, have you found work in forums that pertain to a certain media, film, games, etc.? For me, I find I can get work from indie game developers. That's dope. So that's me and a friend of mine, DIY Music Biz, he was discussing that last year when I had the Road to 10 Placements virtual sessions. And he was just talking about like just getting into, like, a lot of people want to get into video games and stuff like that. And was just talking about just ways to work with, you know, like the indie game developers, not necessarily thinking about, you know, like the AAA games and things like that, or the really popular ones, but starting small on an indie level. And he was just saying, like, a lot of times they're not even thinking about music or audio. Like, a lot of times they need like sound design and effects and things like that. But if you go in, you know, just doing some of that kind of stuff, then you can kind of start introducing the idea of music and things like that, and then you create more opportunity for yourself. But that's a dope technique, you know, going in certain forums where the focus is on it's a bunch of developers, and then, you know, offering your services, offering value. I think that's super dope. That's a dope approach. It's the same. You can do the same thing, but even with like TV and film, like find forums where, you know, music supervisors and libraries are hanging out. There's sync licensing forums on, I know they're on like Facebook, and if you can stand and listen to people talk for hours and hours, Clubhouse. In fact, there's one room, and they have one tonight. It's like the only room like I go to in Clubhouse, but it's Control Camp. Let me make sure I spell it right. Like, this is, if you're into music licensing, this is the best sync room on Clubhouse that you can listen to. But I want to make sure I give y'all the right joint, because they like, it's not spelled out, it's like abbreviated. But shout out to Control Camp, man. Super dope bros put this together. Shout out to AT&T for not allowing me to, or is it Instagram? I think it's Instagram, not allowing me to be on the gram. It's not refreshing. All right, well, I won't waste time trying to, there it is. All right, so let me put it up on the screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It went away again. I'm gonna just spell it out and then y'all can look it up. So, Control Camp on Clubhouse. Look it up. Join the room. Join the club. Whatever. But some of the dopest advice that you can get in regards to licensing. They have a room tonight. They have it like every Wednesday at like 8 p.m. And they have a website, resources on there too. So yeah, like, I know these guys, like, they're legit. They're not trying to scam you or give you a bunch of bogus information. And I'm real careful about, people that I share and refer to my followers and things like that. But you guys are in good hands with Control Camp. So check them out. Super dope info on Clubhouse. M. Edwards, no doubt. Shout out to the new people coming in. Let me know where you guys are from and what you do. We got New York in the building. Shout out to Kim, said I heard some of your stuff. That's why I want my cousin to check you out. We are working on the reinvention of the Tavares. You heard it first here on ClintMusic. That's what's up. Shout out to the Tavares. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Pennsylvania in the building. Shout out to Junior Taylor Gang. The question is, if I use loops and samples from places like Splice, can I still get my music out there? Yes and no. Obviously, Splice is there as a resource for producers to make music. You can put your music out there, using Splice or whatever, as long as it's within their terms, whatever their terms are. In regards to music licensing, you have the possibility of running into, owner issues as far as who owns the track if multiple people are using the same sample or loop and it sounds identical. It may create some issues in licensing. It happens, and it can stop everything. It'll stop royalties until they figure out who owns it. It can be a headache. So I would proceed with caution and keep that in mind if you're trying to pitch it for TV and film. What's up, D Artist Kingston? What's good? John Tendo says, is there a way for you to maybe give me some feedback on my tracks? Really going for sync licensing. Where do you get your briefs? Get my briefs from the music libraries, the music publishers. So, speaking of feedback, y'all gonna love this. This is huge. So, this Friday, what time am I doing it? It was 7:30. 7:30 this Friday. I will be doing live critiques for TV and film. We're gonna see if y'all music is ready for TV and film. So, hopefully all of you guys are on my email list. If you're not on my email list, you need to get on my email list, because I'm gonna email you the instructions on how to submit. I'm only doing one song per artist, per producer. And then we're going in order. So it's a first come, first serve. I won't be able to get to everybody, but you can skip the line. There will be an opportunity to skip the line through super chats. So I will be doing that Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you're not on my email list, this is how you can get on my email list. Download the free 6-step guide. Go to clintproductions.com, link in my bio. You don't have to go and pay for the course if you don't want to after you get the free guide. You get the free guide, you'll get on my email list, and I'll send you an email. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll send you an email tomorrow with the instructions on how to submit the song that you want to be critiqued here live on YouTube. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's how I can give you guys some feedback on the fly live. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for you guys, so you can hear live what's needed, what works, what doesn't work, and why. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be dope. Don't miss it. So yeah, make sure you get on that email list if you aren't already. I know a lot of you already are. So you'll get the email. Yeah. Conquest, what's good? He says, what's the best way to sell a beat to a person and still collect royalties? So you sell a beat to somebody, say you do an exclusive produce it, sell it to them. Hey, they cut a record, they release it, blah blah blah. There's a couple ways. So first you have to register the song with the pros. So if it's an exclusive joint, they wrote the lyrics, you did the music, you guys go to BMI, CSAC, ASCAP, whatever. Again, depending on which country. I know people watch from different countries, so make sure that's registered. That's how you'll get your performance royalties. So that means if something's played on radio, if it's played on TV, film, if there's a live concert that's eligible for a live performance, that you can I know in CSAC you can like input a live concert that this song was performed on, and you can get paid royalties for that. So you have to make sure that song is registered with the pros. And then I suggest, with DistroKid, they have a Teams feature. So if you want to get like your mechanical royalties from the streams and the song, single, or album sales, DistroKid allows you, again, I said this today is sponsored by DistroKid, but they allow you to use this Teams feature. So you can put the splits of the song right on the release before y'all like release it. And so you can do like 50% producer, 50% artist. And then every time that song is streamed or bought, DistroKid automatically pays you, your percentage of that song. So it makes it super easy and manageable. And then the last step after that would be signing up with Song Trust. And then they'll just cover you, make sure that song is registered in all the countries and things like that. I think they collect YouTube ad revenue, like content ID stuff for you if that song is like on YouTube and people are doing covers and the artist uploading on YouTube, all of that stuff. So you can get ad revenue from that. So yeah, that's pretty much how, still collect those royalties. And I would recommend I would recommend doing a split sheet too, always, just so percentages are there, written and signed. Essentially, once you register with the pro, those are basically your splits. But just making sure that stuff is there and somewhere in somebody's system or on paper and signed, so everybody knows who's getting what. So yeah, absolutely, Betsy, no problem. Let's see. John Tyndall said, I just put 15 tracks on Pond 5 only because my songs were sitting on the hard. Hey man, this is how I feel. I'd rather have my music sitting on Pond 5's hard drive than sitting on mine's, because my hard drive ain't gonna make me no money. So hey, put it on Pond 5, man. Let it sit on there. It has a higher chance of making some money over there than it does on your hard drive. So that's a good move, man. It's a smart move. I still have stuff on Pond 5. Every now and then I'll get like $25 from a license on something I did a long time ago. So yeah. Vincent Prime says, what type of business entity do you recommend for music business as a startup? I do all mine at LLCs. Any business I start, it's an LLC. And yeah, that's what I do. Limits the liability from your personal assets. Kevin Michael says, you have any live feedback courses coming up? So the Road to 10 Placements live sessions, I'm gonna do another one soon. I don't know exactly when, but I've been getting a lot of requests for it, so I'm gonna have to bring that joint back. And what those are is pretty much, man, it's Zoom calls exclusive to only those who gets tickets. And we sit down for like 3 hours and chop it up about music licensing, strategies, listening to music, giving feedback, answering questions, all of that stuff, man. So that is something that I will definitely have to bring back and do more of. John says, do you have a spreadsheet to keep tracks organized? Title, composer, pro. Yeah, so each company has, like, licensing company has their own system on titles and composers and things like that. It's called metadata. A lot of them, they do it differently. A lot of them have spreadsheets. I personally, in my Road to 10 Placements course, I have a spreadsheet to stay organized as far as who I reach out to. And the status of, of that library, when I reached out to them, if I'm waiting to hear back, if I signed the deal, what kind of deal, non-exclusive, exclusive, things like that. So I include that in my bundle, the Road to 10 Placements bundle, for people who get that. Major Pain says, I bought the program, but I need to learn how to metadata properly with the spreadsheet. Yeah, so that's metadata is so boring, man. But yeah, it's pretty much, and it depends on every company, because every company wants something different. Like, some of them want a description of the track. So when you're doing your description of the track, you're describing like the vibe of the track, or if it's lyrics, what the song is about, the story, the message. How does the track make you feel? Is it energetic? Is it upbeat? Is it exciting, dramatic? Different things like that. And then some of them want like keywords going back to how the track makes you feel, the mood, up tempo, mid tempo, slow, different things like that, to help describe the song. So I like to think of it as just keywords. It's probably like the easiest way to really think about it. All right, let's see. John says your link isn't working below for free 6-step guide. Why isn't my link working? ClintProductions.com/link in bio. Let's test it out. Because if it's not working, we're gonna have to talk to the website builder. Matter of fact, here, let me share my yeah, it worked for me. So this is what let's do it together. All right, let me make this a little bigger. All right, so ClintProductions.com/link in bio. And I use this because this is where all my links are to get to everything that I have. So you go here, click this first one, free guide. And then from there, just enter your name, first name is fine, and then your email address. And then download the free guide, 6 steps to TV placements. That'll get you on my email list. Do that today, and then I'll send you guys an email tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time with the details on how to submit your track, because this Friday we are doing live song critiques to see if your music is ready for TV and film. I'm gonna judge them based on TV and film sync, so because it's a little bit different, especially from song lyrical perspective and structure perspective if you're doing beats and things like that. So it's going to be specifically geared towards, licensing your music for TV and film. So you guys don't want to miss it. It's going to be super dope. And I know I'm gonna hear some dope music, and just be able to help you guys. So definitely make sure you guys get added on that list. Where did that one comment go? So I can. There we go. So yeah, that's the link. Noodle Hopper said, start working at Guitar Center tomorrow. Congrats. That's what's up. You're around music all day. Nazi, great question. Let me get this out the way. Says, how do you ensure you receive revenue if your music is used internationally? Songtrust.com can help you with that. I had a link for Songtrust to give y'all a discount. I can't find it though. I be trying to get y'all discounts, man. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but like every company I work with, I'm like, yo, like I need a discount for my people. Hey, y'all gotta kick me something. I'll find it. When I find it, I'll add it to my link in bio. I used to have it on my link in bio. Then like I switched a bunch of stuff around. All right, let's see. I'm gonna take one more question and then I'm gonna have to hop off. Let's see. Scroll through. I know I missed a few. What up, creative? Let's see. And if y'all love the information, man, go ahead and smash that like button. And have I found it? Oh, they made that joint mad complicated. All right, so I'll create a special link for that because that ain't nobody gonna remember that joint. So yeah, let me take one more question and then I'm gonna hop off, man. No doubt, Conquest. Glad I was able to help. That's what I'm here for. Let's see. Jeremy, aside from being an independent artist, what other dope employment opportunities are out there in the music industry? Man, so you kind of got to think outside the box, right? So there's a lot of moving parts, even in the film, like the film side, man. Like you got the crew, like in TV and film, and this is more so production, not post-production, but in post-production, you have editors. Those are the people who pretty much, man, I think they use like a lot of freelancers sometimes too, where like you're editing different scenes and things and putting the music to the film and things like that. They give you access to the library of music that they use, and you're like editing scenes and things for the TV shows. So you have jobs like that. Man, you got music coordinators, people working in the licensing department on the admin side. Man, you have like sound designers. So you have people creating sound effects for different things. And that's both on video games and the TV and film side, like just the different noises and sound effects and things like that. You have engineers, audio engineers. Man, it's just You just gotta think about, watch the credits, the end credits of any TV show, and look at the crew, or go to imdb.com and go to the music department. Go to imdb.com, look up a show or a movie, then scroll down to the music department. You'll see everybody who's involved in the music department. So yeah, and then in the music industry, you can go to like bmi.com. They be having job opportunities. csac.com, ascap.com, the different publishers, like they're corporate, like they have corporate positions as well. If that's something that you're looking into, you want to get experience and just see how their systems work and how things work from the inside. Those are dope ways to kind of to learn that. So yeah, man, dope question. Hopefully that helps. I'm about to hop off and find some food because I'm kind of hungry, but I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Make sure you guys subscribe. Again, thank you everybody for the support coming through. And yeah, I'm gonna be shooting that email out. We're gonna do live song reviews this Friday. Excuse me. Let's get it. I'm out. Peace.